Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of the Sunderland career mode here on FIFA 19. We start with the game against Peterborough United. Obviously, as a Cambridge United fan, they are my most disliked team, and we actually play them twice this month. Home in the league, away in the Checker Trade Trophy. We've got Bradford away, Blackpool at home, Shrewsbury away, Doncaster away and Southend at home. So I shall be simulating the home games and the cup game and playing the away league games. So we'll start with a sim here at home against Peterborough. And I would very much like to win, if you don't mind, game. We've started low on the left now continually, and Gooch, after winning us the game against Coventry yesterday, will be continuing on the right-hand side. Unfortunately, Madison scores first for them, but Will Grigg equalises. Grigg has gone up in rating to 71 now. Not sure if it's going to overly change how he plays in-game. We shall find out today. I'm still kind of keen on bringing in Sean Maguire from Preston at some point. It looks like Grigg is going to be able to give us a win here, and indeed he does. Take that to Peterborough United. Sorry if there's any Peterborough United fans watching. I really don't like your football club as a Cambridge United fan. Do drop the video a like though if you enjoy the content, and subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more of this particular series. We are 3 points clear at the top of the table at present, but we're about to go and play third placed Bradford City away from home. We haven't had the best of times in played games so far this season, but we're going to have to be on top form here because Bradford are going to be a real tough test. Corner for Bradford in the 8th minute to get them started off. Butterfield with the delivery will find Jack Payne, and that was moving at quite some pace there. He couldn't have met that more perfectly, Jack Payne. Oh, and if it had taken a deflection off the defender's chest there, it might well have ended up in the back of the net. That's very lucky, in fact, that the defender was just able to get his body out of the way. That's a terrible pass. Brian Oviedo, and Sean Scannell picks it up. Thankfully, Oviedo makes up for his previous mistake, but we were very nearly 1-0 down there through the effort from man on the edge of the box, Jack Payne. Here's Owen Doyle, a tricky striker to deal with. They have the best defensive record in the league right now, Bradford City, so it is not going to be easy to get the better of them, but Gooch has done well there. Oh, the pass is terrible. I haven't been good enough at creating chances at Sunderland. In a number of games this season, we've had like 3 or 4 shots, which just isn't good enough. We're not creative enough right now with the forward setup that we have. Whether that's because of the individuals, or like we mentioned in yesterday's episode, because of the formation, I'm not yet sure. We will, like I said, try to alter the... Oh, good save. Try to alter the personnel first and make this 4-2-3-1 work. If that doesn't pan out more positively, then we will certainly change the formation as well. Although what we'd switch to, I'm not entirely too sure. Oh, Gooch couldn't quite switch his feet quickly enough there to evade the defender, and Bradford could have stolen that away there from Connor Wood, the left back. They've got a Seawoods at left back and a Seawoods, plural, at centre back. But that header from Jacob Butterfield was outstanding, and it's their offensive efforts that stand out. That header, that's unreal. The way he's climbed all over the back of the man in front of him. That's just a remarkable header. I've not seen a header scored like that at this level for a very long time, if ever. That was unreal from Butterfield. Bradford 1, Sunderland 0, a mountain to climb. It's a lovely little dink ball from Riley to Ball, and into the middle it comes. Baldwin wins the header, thankfully. Grigg could get to that first, but hasn't. Here's Sean Scannell. Tackle there with Lowe. Really haven't had the chance to get forward much at all in this game. We'll use George Honeyman there, and we'll play it down the line here for Lyndon Gooch. We'll turn inside, and we'll beat one. And I've got options. One's Grigg. The cross here is low. Oh, first chance of the game created for us, but it's a simple enough save for O'Donnell. Good effort though from Jamal Lowe, and Grigg shows good strength to hold off one, but can't beat Hope Akpan to it. It looks like we're going to be 1-0 down at half time here. Bradford are third in the league and having a very good season and have the best defensive record in the division so far this season. They might be making it 2 before half-time. Good save by McLaughlin. Just at the last moment, asked him to go and close the man down. I think that was probably the only reason why the ball didn't end up in the back of the net there. Win that, please. Well up, Jamal. Grigg will get to this first, but I don't think we're going to have the chance for a counter because the half-time whistle is about to go. Behind at the break, but at the end of the half, they're showing perhaps a sign that we might get back in it. Payne inside to Doyle. Out to Jack Payne again. It's a decent delivery, but won well by Oviedo. Honeyman brings it down. It's just going to rebound kindly there for Grigg, and Jamal Lowe will keep that run going. Play it into him. Just need to accelerate away. It's great turn of pace. Knock this in here to Will Grigg. Grigg from the edge of the box. Great finish. We're level. I haven't had many clear-cut chances with Will Grigg. Don't know whether that's because of his poor lack of positioning or my poor lack of creative play. But in a chance against Brentford, when he found a little bit of space on the edge of the box, he bent it in the bottom corner in the cup a couple of episodes ago. And there, that's very accurately tucked away in the bottom left-hand side. Are we starting to see a little bit more out of Will Grigg right now? I'm not sure. I still am keen on Sean Maguire, but if we can get a little bit more out of Will Grigg on a more regular basis in the played games, then maybe we might not need Sean Maguire just yet. Or even we could bring Maguire in if we do decide to change formation, and Maguire could add to the front line alongside Grigg, and you never know, they might make the perfect partnership. I'll look for Grigg again there, but it's a poor pass, to be fair, from Aidan McGeady. Expects much better of him, even though it was on his right foot. But we're level here against Bradford. The goal did eventually come. We just need to ensure that they don't score again, and maybe we might sneak a winner. There for Adam Matthews. He's absolutely dead stamina-wise, Matthews, and it is so every game, but he's always in a good position offensively. Jamal Lowe. Oh, I tried a little bit of footwork, and it didn't work. We are going to get a free kick. I'm not sure that was a foul, to be fair. One final change as Duncan Watmore comes on for Lyndon Gooch. Max Power is currently on free kicks, but Aidan McGee does have better stats. So, yes, we will take it with the right foot McGee instead. And we'll see if we can maybe go ahead from the free kick. We are going to go ahead from the free kick. A stunning finish from the Island International. That is Sunderland 2, Bradford 1. Perfect from Aidan McGeady. Not the most amazing free kick stats, to be completely honest, but the keeper got nowhere near that. Lovely free kick over the wall and no chance for the goalkeeper. From behind here, if the wall jumps, do they get on that? Probably. Owen Doyle even ducks away out the way of it. I'll take it, thank you. 2-1 Sunderland now. We've turned it around. Doyle. Kicks that against Oviedo. They're trying to fight whack here, Bradford. Good enough to do so. And playing into Butterfield, good save by McLaughlin. Butterfield looking for his second. Not able to get it thanks to the save of our veteran goalkeeper. Having to rely on him quite a lot actually this season, McLaughlin. It's nice ball into McGeady. It's terrible from McGeady looking for Watmore out wide. And Bradford have it back again. The last few minutes here might be a little bit nervy. Wave after wave of Bradford attack perhaps. Another ball into the middle. Payne with the header wide of the target. They're certainly pushing for the equaliser, but they can't get it yet. Here comes O'Brien for Sean Scannell. Butterfield forward to Owen Doyle. The next and probably final wave from Bradford coming forward here. Doyle inside to Payne. Spins me well. Jack Payne's gone backwards and that will be it. Thank you, Jack. Not positive enough in the end, Bradford City. After going in front in the first half with stupendous header from Jack Payne. Well, no, it was Jacob Butterfield even. Again, look, I only created 4 chances. I'm just not creative enough with this side right now. But so far, results are starting to turn still positively. We're getting better defensively, not conceding as many goals. Rhys James would like to play a couple more games, and to be fair, I might well throw him into the starting lineup for this one against Peterborough now in the Checker Trade Trophy, because I really don't care for that competition. How good is he, Rhys James? To be fair, physically, he's pretty decent. He's not too far behind Brian Oviedo, and he's only 24. I don't know I think if he's on loan or not, James. I don't know whether he's on loan or whether he's our player, but regardless, we'll throw him into the starting lineup then for this one here against Peterborough in the Cup. We beat them in the league by 2-1. They've just gone and lost 2-0 to Barnsley as well. in the follow-up game, and if we could batter them in the cup, then that would make me even happier. Although this is the only scenario that I'd be okay with losing to Peterborough, because I just don't care about the Checker Trade Trophy. But we're 1-0 up through Will Grigg in the 18th minute, and as we head into the second half, Max Power makes it 2. Thank you very much. We will be going through to the next round of the Checker Trade Trophy. You never know, it might be a competition that we... Oh, might we not? It might be a competition we could perhaps win. We are going through. We could maybe win it and get some silverware. It's going to be the... Well, I'd like to think it'll be the only season we stand a chance of winning the competition, because you're only involved in it if you're in Leagues 1 and 2. And obviously we would like to get ourselves into the Championship sooner rather than later. Ratu would like to play some first team football, and I'd be willing to give that to him. But I'm not sure if Blackpool... Yeah, to be fair, Blackpool could be the game to do it, actually. I might leave Reece James at left back too and see if he's any good. I do need to start training the wing backs. Oh, sorry, the youngsters. But we're going to be without Will Grigg, who's away on international duty for this home game against Blackpool. We'll play the away ones and sim the home ones, as that normally leads to better results. Yellow card for Taylor, and then picks up an injury just 4 minutes later. Not the best of starts to the game for Blackpool. And George Honeyman gives us a 1-0 lead in the 33rd minute. We are top and looking okay in the league so far this season, because Sterling is on for Charlie White now, and Dodu brings an equaliser for Blackpool. And that might be it. It is. It's a point against Blackpool. Our lead at the top of the table might well have shortened. And indeed it has, and it could shorten yet further if Barnsley win their game in hand. It could drop to just a single point at the top of the table. It will be Shrewsbury away next. I'm going to go and set up a number of training modules now, and then I'll see you in the game against Shrewsbury. Grigg trying to find some space. Lee Cattermole also trying to do the same. Here's George Honeyman with the space. Not far away at all from our captain. Worth the strike from there. And very nearly found the back of the net. Or it did take a deflection off the foot of the defender. Perhaps it was initially on target. Low with the delivery. Goalborn with the header away. Shrewsbury's backline lives to fight another day. Honeyman with the turn on. Laurent just steps in and takes it away from him, unfortunately. There's the end of our attacking play. No, it might not be. Yes, it is. No, it might not be. Cattermole played in. Honeyman actually could drop the shoulder and go back to Jamal Lowe here, and then try and bend that from the edge of the box. It cannons off Honeyman's face, and yes, it is the end of our attacking play. Cattermole takes in his stride well. We use Grigg. Just use the support there of Honeyman. Look around the corner to Lyndon Gooch. Getting away from the defender. Oh, solid tackle from Goalborn, but it'll still drop for Gooch, and the cross is decent, and at the back post on the volley. It's Lee Cattermole as he kicks it directly up rather than towards goal. Yeah, that's not very good. Bolton in there to the striker. Worley cannons that off. James will counter. Ratu to Honeyman. Make the right run. Play the right pass. And Lyndon Gooch is in. And the annoying thing is that Goalborn's been really quite good at left back so far from again. He's the man to slow things down for me. He's been ever so fast there, Goalborn. I'm just going to have a quick look and see how quick he is, because he's been so fast trying to close me down. Apparently 69 acceleration, 69 sprint speed. That is an absolute lie comparatively to how fast he's been trying to close down my wingers. Lyndon Gooch can't get away from him, and Gooch has got pace in the 80s. Cattermole forward there to Grigg. Out wide to Gooch. This time he does get away from Goalborn, and oh, George Honeyman so unlucky with Jamal Lowe is there with a rebound. We lead by a goal to nil. Oh, that's his default celebration apparently, Jamal Lowe. Right, okay. Really unlucky there, George Honeyman. That would have been a stunning goal. Hands down goal of the season so far if that flies in from our captain and number 10. But thankfully, Jamal was there, and the new signing has his first goal for me, I believe. At least his first goal that he scored in a played game, and it might well be his first goal of the season, and it is. Jamal Lowe off the mark with his Sunderland account. 1-0 up against Shrewsbury. Here's Wally. That's a very good cross. Matthews has to head that behind for a Shrewsbury corner. Laurent going off now. It's Morris to take the set piece. Grant has come on in Laurent's place, and Waterfall with a header, and McLaughlin just makes sure that it doesn't cross the line. Probably the closest Shrewsbury have come to a goal so far. Grigg should win that header and has done so well. Gooch will find him again. Jamal Lowe's on his run. Not the best of passes though, unfortunately, but if I can steal it off Vanslow, we might still have a chance to score a second, but unfortunately not. over the top looking for Worley, but and you'll find him as well. Poor play from the left back. Goes for the shot, it's blocked. It'll drop for Morris and the base of the post. What an effort from Morris. Technique on that volley was superb. Quality of some of the finishing in this game has been top draw. Both Morris there and George Honeyman desperately unlucky not to have scored two really, really good goals. Lovely turn by Honeyman. He might end up with an assist here, perhaps. Lyndon Gooch played in. I'll just float it into the middle, and he could end up with a goal, but no, cleared away. 22 minutes to go. We're still in front, but only just. That's a poor free kick. McGeady knocks that down. McGeady and Grant Ledbetter have come on, as well as actually Duncan Watmore on the right-hand side. Triple change for me to try and hold on to this lead and maybe extend it if we can. It's a good cross again by Wally, and it finds Morris for a second time. His head on this occasion. Decent block by the right-back Matthews. Morris will use his left foot that struck the post earlier on to whip it in. Ledbetter off the bench here heads it away. He's Goldborn again. Decent delivery, and Baldwin away, but only as far as Goldborn for a second time. Shrewsbury have been decent in this game, but that header away from Baldwin was terrible. Here's Grant to Bolton, and Shrewsbury continue to hammer me here, but they can't find a way through. Doherty in there to Grant. You can see the midfield just condensed, and this three just stood there in the middle trying to deny them the space in the centre of the field, and James heads away, and we will now finally, through Will Grigg, break away and get the ball away from the danger zone. But that was really, really nervy back there. It's been a nervous game in its entirety, let alone since we went 1-0 up. Marlowe could help us finish it off though if we pull that back. Looking for Aidan McGeady, but it's a desperately poor pass. Really need to be better in situations like that. That could have solidified all 3 points for us. As it is, it still hangs in the balance. Grant out to Morris. Back to Goldborn. Everybody's pretty dead on their feet now. Adam Matthews trying to close down Morris. Can't do so, but done away, but only as far as Bolton. Could shoot from here from the edge of the box. Doherty could do the same. Defensively, we've been good enough so far, and I think as he goes backwards here, the referee will do us a favour, and we're able to get ourselves the victory. Cool. Working hard for these wins though, but another one here. Again, minimal chances created from us, but enough to see the game out. Really pleased with how the results are going so far in this episode. We've got 2 games to go. I think it's another played game midweek, isn't it? Yes, against Doncaster Rovers, and then a simmed one at the end of the week against Southend. Ratty is happy with his first team football. Although, perhaps Lowe sent me a message there asking or saying he's happy as well, but I might rotate a little bit for this one. James was okay. Matthews has been good. What's he going to give McGeady a start ahead of Lowe on this occasion? Perhaps to try and use his pace again off the bench rather than straight away up top, out on the left hand side. I'm going to give Casada a game too actually, and Maguire can go onto the bench for Ratiu, and we might bring him on at cam at some point. As I said, I might use him in that position, and I haven't as of yet. So let's see what we can go and do against Doncaster. Red and white stripes versus red and white stripes. Sorry, red and white. Well, I guess they are stripes. They're just... Oh, hello. Yawn. They're just horizontal rather than vertical. And they're awake. It's black as well. Red and white versus red and white, but hopefully it's the black of the away team that comes out on top. Out wide to Aidan McGeady. Nowhere near as fast as he used to be, so I'm not going to be able to just sprint past players with Aidan McGeady. Will Grigg could play him in again though. Looking for him. Oh, it's going to fall kindly for Aidan, and he's not missing that. On his favoured right foot. It's his second goal of the episode, Aidan McGeady. First one was more impressive, the free kick, but that was still very well tucked away. So lucky that it fell to me in that manner. Defender, I have no idea what he's doing, but as a first time strike, you're not going to see many better on the half volley there from Aidan McGeady. Bang, running onto it really nicely. We had a poor effort earlier on in the game, but that one, there was no doubt. Finally, a bit of quality in this one. Here's Kane. Out wide there to Wilkes. Back to Kane again. He's gotten away from me. Marcus, good save by Casada, leaping away. That was impressive. First time he's really been called upon. James Coppinger will take the corner for Doncaster. And it comes. Away it goes via the head of Duncan Watmore. Downing brings that down to Anderson. And Whiteman into Kane again. Anderson could shoot. Doesn't. Oh, it's a lovely ball through. I couldn't get near it with the defenders. strength from Wilkes. Just holds the man off on his shoulder, and I couldn't bring the secondary defender across. The through ball was perfect. Sees the run, puts it in the only place really that Wilkes could get to it without anyone getting an interfering block on it. And they were only behind for 6 minutes, Doncaster. This game has come to life halfway through the first half. Marcus on the edge of the box. Back to Herbie Kane. Got options, which is Whiteman. Out there to Matty Blair. Back inside to Herbie Kane again. Whiteman. Adoni going to go 2-1 up. Oh, and how? What a strike from Crawford. Before we reach half-time, it's Doncaster 2, Sunderland 1. And he put his foot right through that. Great build-up play on the edge of the box on his own. You don't stop shots like that. Ali Crawford with his second goal of the season. And Donny's second goal of the game. We're behind. To Catamol, but it's a loose pass. Want it back there, Butler taking advantage of the advantage. Marcus back to Herbie Kane. Wide to Wilkes, their first goal scorer. Kane, Marcus, working this about nicely. Crawford trying to do it again. Off the edge of the box, we get a block on it this time. Oh, it's a loose pass. Oh, the first 25 minutes or so of this game were devoid of any real quality. Then the goals started coming, and it got a little better. But we haven't really got going in this second half. And hopefully we'll have the opportunity to do so before they score a third goal. It was literally going to be the next sentence out of my mouth. But they've already scored the third goal. So Crawford does it again. That's a similar sort of build-up. Even better than the first. Even better than the first for Crawford. And Doncaster are going to take all 3 points here. Make a couple of changes now. Unfortunately, it's going to be too much to bring back. Oh, Maguire. That's the first thing Maguire has ever done for me. Well, he's not necessarily made the best first impression there. 3-1 Doncaster, 15 to go. I'm resigning myself to defeat already. Good flick on. Maguire brings it down, but loses out to Tommy Rowe. It's Kane into Crawford. He's on a hat-trick now, of course. Could score a hat-trick of stunning goals. It's John Marcus out to Rowe. Oh, went for the shot. It was a little bit greedy. Reece James will get that forward there to Maguire. Lovely first touch, but the pass is just poor. There's no other word for it. Just poor. As has the entire performance been, really, from us in this game. We had a brief spell around the half-hour mark when we took a 1-0 lead, but then it just swung back in Donny's favour, and it was all them ever since. A 3-1 scoreline, 2 cracking goals from them as well, and only 2 chances created. The change of personnel has worked a little bit. We've gotten a couple of positive results in played games, but I'm not creating enough with this 4-2-3-1. So I think for the next episode, I'm going to change formation. That's knocked us off top spot now, that defeat, and brought Doncaster into the playoffs as well. So we have had some tough games today, but we haven't been able to keep ourselves on top spot. It's okay. We're still in an automatic promotion spot. There's still plenty of games to be played. What was that? Match day 15? Yes, match day 15. So still 31 games to go. We're about a third of the way through the season now. And still 2 points clear ahead of Luton. Actually, we've got another game to simulate, haven't we? It's Southend at the end of the week. We could go top again, to be fair, if we're able to get victory here at home against Southend and Barnsley aren't able to pick up results. Obviously, we could lose back-to-back games. That is a genuine possibility, but I think at home against Southend, I'd be more confident of getting the victory. Max Powell gives us a 1-0 lead in the 15th minute. Really pleased with that. We might well see ourselves going back top of the table. I'm keeping an eye out for Barnsley on the right-hand side, but a flurry of goals have gone in. Will Grigg gives us a 2-0 lead, so we're certainly going to get the win. And Bristol Rovers have equalised against Barnsley, so we could be going level on points with them at the top of the table if things stay as they are. It does appear to be the case. Yeah, we might well be level at the top of the table on 34 points apiece. And indeed we are, with Barnsley and 4 points clear now of Luton. So actually, we end the month in a better period, or better position, sorry, than I thought we were going to a week ago. We're still looking good for promotion, but it's still going to be quite the challenge between now and the end of the season. What have we got going on in November? I think the FA Cup will start soon, won't it? I expect it to. Checker Trade Trophy. Third round? Fourth round? Third round. Peterborough. Coventry. Fourth round. The fourth round of the Checker Trade Trophy. No, because that was Carabao Cup, wasn't it? Carabao Cup. What was that Checker Trade? No. Carabao Cup. First round of the Checker Trade. Second round of the Checker Trade. Third round of the Checker Trade Trophy. We got knocked out in the third round of the Carabao Cup. Hopefully we can go further in the Checker Trade, although I just don't care about that competition. Probably going to get an FA Cup game in the month of November as well. Still waiting for that to be drawn, actually. Let's have a quick look. FA Cup. Has it been drawn yet? It has. Why are we not in the first round of the FA Cup? That's very odd. Oh well, regardless, we'll be in the FA Cup soon. So that's on the horizon. But for now, that'll be all for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.